Okay, let's try this again. Okay, good evening, everybody. I am excited to see your lovely faces and hear your lovely voices. And I want to talk about personal growth. Actually, Brad and I were chatting a little bit about this evening. Um, you may have heard that network marketing is personal growth with a compensation plan. And I'm beginning to understand that more and more and more. Oh my, I mean, I have gone through so much personal growth since I have started this business. When I began Plexus, I was in a place of, I referred to it recently as I was in a relationship drought. You know, there had been several things that had gone on in our life, and we had come through a very broken time, emotionally broken, physically, spiritually, mentally, just broken. We had really come through a very broken time. And when I started Plexus, I didn't have a lot of relationships. I didn't have a lot of emotional stamina. But I knew I needed a change. And so, and I saw the hope that Plexus could offer for me and for my family. I was following Lizzie's story, you know, on Facebook for I don't remember how many months. And I saw what it was doing for her and for other people. And so I took the plunge, but I was a very broken individual. And, you know, those first rejections that you get, I shed my share of tears, you know. I mean, ask my husband. You know, there were times I was just in tears and I had to cry about it and I had to talk to myself and he had to talk to me and, you know, move on to the next person and move on to the next person. And, you know, I was telling Brad tonight, and I've said this so many times, that actually, let me back up for a second. There was a time, it was quite a while ago. I can't tell. I was before I was living in this place. It was several months ago, and it was at one of those discouraging points. Right, this is an emotional roller coaster, having your own business, and I was at one of those low points of like, oh my goodness, this is so hard, and you know, I don't know that I was really entertaining the idea of quitting, but I think I wished I had the bravery to quit. I don't know. It just kind of like, oh my goodness, this is so hard, and I thought the thought came to me that, you know, if it wasn't Plexus, it would have to be something else because I didn't want to stay the same person that I was. I don't want to be the broken, emotionally drained, you know, relationship deprived Kyla. I don't want to be that person. So if it's not Plexus, hi Lisa, if it's not Plexus, it's going to have to be something else because I need something in my life to challenge me to this change. So why not it be something that I can make a living off of? And, you know, I told Brad tonight, and I've said this so many times, Brad, I hope you don't mind me mentioning your name. It's not like Brad was discouraged. He wasn't. We were just talking about this. You know, I said if I hadn't made a red cent off of the last 15 months, I think it is, that I've been doing Plexus, it would be so worth it for me because of how I've grown and developed as a person. And I remember a recorded call that I listened to on one of those earlier months as an ambassador. It was with Amber Miller and Sonia Dudley, I think. I still have it. Because Amber Miller got to a point in her business where she kind of slumped and she kind of stopped, and her mom had to like threaten to wash her mouth out with soap if she said one more negative thing. And they're both diamonds now, her mom and her. And I remember that Amber shared something that she was driving down the road with her husband, and she turned to her husband and she said, I love the person that I've become, or I love the person that I'm becoming. And it, you know, I think that too sometimes. Every once in a while, I'm like, wow, Kyla, you have come a long ways. And I will balance that out by saying that yesterday or the day before, I think it was the day before, but I can't remember, I was talking to Elizabeth's phone on the phone, and it was telling her, we were laughing about the fact that this personal growth thing, It is really hard. And it's like, it never goes away. And I told her, it can be like the growing pains can be intense sometimes. And I was like, and I wasn't like, not in this like discouraged, please pick me up, but we were like laughing about it. Like, when does this, like, when do you feel like you've arrived? When do you feel like this strong leader? When do you feel like, okay, I've got this? And she laughed and told me, like, never. And, I'm laughing about it because it is, growth is never easy. I mean, going to the gym and working out, building muscles, it's not easy. But there is something so stinking exciting about looking at yourself and going, I'm a better person than I was a month ago. Or I'm a stronger person than I was yesterday. Or, wow, a year ago, I could not have handled that like I do now. For myself, I was such a pushover. I was so naive. And I was such a like, okay, I'll lay down, you can walk over me if you differ with me kind of person. And now it's like, I'm still pretty gracious with people that differ from me. But now it's like, this is my opinion. This is what I believe. You better watch out, because if you want to disagree with me, that's okay. I might delete your comment, but it's okay to disagree with me. But this is what I believe. Like, I've got a passion about this. And so I can say, like Amber did, I love the person I'm becoming. And some of you, not many of you know, I guess none of you really was I close to at the point when I started Plexus for you to really know everything that was going on in my life. But I love personal growth because I think we can all say that we want to be stronger, we want to be better, we want to improve our lives. And some of us to greater degrees than other. But I want to talk tonight about some practical ways to grow personally. There are 4 things that we need to have belief in this business. Belief is huge. This is your takeaway from tonight. Belief is huge. And here are the 4 things that you have to have strong belief in to excel at this business. Okay, so number 1 is belief in our products. You need to understand, you don't need to be a doctor, you don't need to be a scientist, but you need to believe that the products work. You need to have strong belief in the products. Number 2, you need to have belief in network marketing, period. In the concept of network marketing. You can't be ashamed of network marketing. You have to be proud, and you have to have belief in network marketing in general, the business plan of network marketing. Number 3, and not necessarily this order, but this is the order I'm telling you in. Number 3 is belief in Plexus Worldwide as a company. You have to have that belief that are in, and especially at the time I joined the company, in October, we went through that huge website switch, which threw so many glitches, threw so many people for a loop. It was a really hard time for the company and for ambassadors and for customers. Everybody admits that. Our president admits that. Our CEO admits that. It's been a real trial. But before that, there was nothing of the sort. And so for those of us that joined before, we know, shipping was 3 to 5 days. And, it's just, our company and our leaders are amazing. I've met both Tara Robinson and Alec Clark in person and talked with them. I've conversated more with Alec than I have with Tara, but I got my picture with both of them, and Alec's wife too, and just enough to know that these are real, authentic people who have integrity. I don't know what their religious faith is or any of that, because I love how our company doesn't bring religion into it. I think it's really important for religion to kind of be separate from the business. In our personal lives, it can mix, but I'm saying as a company, I really appreciate the fact that they don't bring religion into it, but yet they have that integrity. They have that honesty. They have that leadership. And number 4 is the hard one. That's belief in yourself. You really need to have belief in yourself. I was watching the Diamond documentary right before this, and I love how Alyssa, the girl who the Diamond documentary was about, she said, I didn't think I had it in me, or I didn't know I had it in me. And I love that because we become something in the process with this. And you can see that when you watch those Diamond documentaries, you see that glow on their faces like, wow, I can't even believe I did this. Like Alyssa shared that she cried for like 4 days after she went Diamond. She just couldn't believe it, you know, that she'd done that. And so belief is huge, though. Belief is huge. Belief in the products, belief in network marketing, belief in the company, and belief in yourself. So I want to share some ideas of how to get that firm belief, which will help you to personally grow. So let's talk about products first. How do we grow in our belief of the products? One of my favorite ways to do this is to watch videos that other ambassadors have made that explain why they work. I'm not the research type. I'm not like Lisa Reynoso's husband who goes and like researches and finds the guy understands the differences between like two of the same things and stuff. Well, go ahead, Lisa. You were going to say something.
Yeah, like the difference between the kind of chromium that's in Slim and another form of chromium, or I mean, he gets in and reads like the peer review articles that, I mean, I'm not intelligent, but they are still over my head a little bit, you know, and he reads them. So that's pretty.
Yeah. And I love that on a team we're a mix of personalities. We really do need some people who love to research and like to find out the details, because the rest of us need to know, even if we hate to research it. But one of my favorite ways to learn about the products is to watch videos that other ambassadors have made. Nutritionists, you know, they just have so much more knowledge than I do. So watching their videos is one of the best ways. Also testimonies. I mean, it's obvious the products work from the testimonies. So reading testimonies. And if you're wanting to take notes, the way to build your belief with the products: number 1, watch videos. Number 2, read testimonies. Number 3, research individual ingredients. Jessie Goodwin, ever before she became an ambassador, explained to me why the Plexus Slim works. And
That's awesome.
yeah, she was explaining to me how chlorogenic acid works. And don't ask me, because my brain doesn't like remember that stuff. But she explained to me why it works. I'm like, wow. Research specific ingredients. Research why chromium is amazing. Research why alpha lipoic acid is amazing. Research why chlorogenic acid is amazing. Research, you know, all that stuff. Just research that sometime. You know, I've been thinking about doing that myself, like maybe once a week or once a day. You know, just go Google alpha lipoic acid and just read something on it, or whatever. Number 4, read books about health. This is one of my favorite. It's called, can you see that? It's called Recaging the Beast. And I think that who here has heard, raise your hand if you've heard, if you know who Lori Harrison is. Okay, so she is one of our Diamond ambassadors, and we call her the Fungus Queen. And she has a Facebook page called The Fungus Among Us. And basically, she really has taken a real direct learning approach to yeast and how it affects us, and just has a really good knowledge of like the whole gut health issue. And I believe this is the book she recommended of all the ones that she's read, that she felt like was the best read for the layperson who doesn't understand Greek. And it's just amazing. I need to go back and start reading it again. But just to understand why gut health is the disease behind all diseases, like the subtitle is The Disease Behind Disease, the Yeast Fungal Connection. It really helps explain why the ProBio 5 is making such a difference without talking about ProBio 5. So let's see, that's belief in the products, belief in network marketing. One of the books that really built my belief in network marketing is this book here. Lizzie sent this to me when I went silver, Rock Your Network Marketing Business. Lisa, you have one of these, and Brad, you have one of these. There was a time when I sent these out to a bunch of my team members, but it's really inexpensive. It's like $10. And Sarah Robbins basically explains how to do network marketing, but she also builds your belief in the network marketing system. And before I joined Plexus, I did the same company that Lisa Reynoso did. And I didn't run with it. It was salesy for me. And it was also at a time, maybe I just wasn't ready for it. Maybe it wasn't the best time for me. But when I started Plexus, I realized that Plexus had an amazing compensation plan, but I still had like this, oh, network marketing is kind of like for losers, but Plexus is amazing, you know? And while I still believe that Plexus has the most amazing compensation plan, and I've heard that from people that know and shouldn't tell, you know what I'm saying? Like professionals who probably shouldn't be biased and they're not affiliated with Plexus, but it's kind of like, don't tell, but yes, you do have the most amazing compensation plan. You know, that it's amazing. So Rock Your Network Marketing Business is an amazing book. I mean, it's really short, it's a quick read, and it's really motivating. Another really good book is Millionaire by Halftime. Brad, I know you have this book.
Awesome book.
This is an amazing book, Millionaire by Halftime. And I haven't finished this book either. That's one thing I need to change is actually finishing books. This book it like stirs your innermost soul about your dreams and your goals and your why. So that's another really good book. Just understanding that network marketing is amazing, period. And then I think it gives us a better attitude. I mean, I have Facebook friends that do network marketing in other companies that I'm just like, really? You sell makeup? Well, I sell something that changes people's lives. But still, it's cool to be supportive. You know what I'm saying? To be supportive that they're actually going out there and they're doing this. It's probably hard to sell makeup. It's harder than selling Plexus, right? I mean, it's got to be harder to sell those other things than just sell Plexus. Go ahead, Lisa Reynoso.
My thought is,
there's a really loud background noise. Katie, can you hear me?
yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I can hear you. I just unmuted it. Did it start then?
Yeah. Can you just mute yourself for now? Okay. Lisa, go ahead.
There's, I mean, let's put it this way. Network marketing works because of the networking. I know a lady when we lived on the other side of Portland who was selling Mary Kay products, and she'd gotten at least 2 cars out of the thing, and she'd made, I mean, they were well off. But I figure, you know, if she can do that selling Mary Kay, you know, why can't I give something to people that will change their life and become successful at it? There's no reason why not.
Right. I feel like
you don't have to drive a pink car.
Brad, I can still see you rocking.
It wasn't pink.
Oh, it wasn't? Oh, they changed it then. Sorry.
Yeah.
The Avon car is pink.
Oh, gotcha.
Oh, okay.
I sold Avon for a while, and yeah, when
Mary Kay is pink too.
approached me with Plexus, I was like, no, just no.
Yeah, Mary Kay. I did Mary Kay. Is my background noise as bad now, guys?
No.
Nope.
You're fine.
Okay. Well, I had my headphones in because I'm at work and I'm in a busy store tonight, so I'm like trying to bounce back and forth. But I did sell Mary Kay, so I have both sides. I sold Mary Kay when I stayed home with my oldest son for 2 years, and I was really young, and I sucked at it. I mean, I hated selling it. I liked the makeup, but you have to hold products, and I spent so much money on that stuff, and a lot of it was, you know, colors and stuff that I'm not. It's much more of a kind of an older clientele market, and when I do wear makeup, it's usually pretty light. So I got stuck with a lot of stuff, and then that was part of the reason when Kyla was telling me about Plexus, I was kind of so resistant to it. I was like, I've already tried this, not for me.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I hear you. I love, you know, and so network marketing works, and it's a great, I mean, what is it? What is the percentage of women who make over $100,000 a year? Like there's what, does anybody know what percentage this is? It's a huge percentage that do it.
Hang on. I've got it screenshotted somewhere
Okay.
on my phone.
Yeah, and I'm sorry, I wasn't trying to bash Mary Kay. I was just saying that.
No, no.
Oh, hey, there's no judgment here.
I just think Plexus makes it easier on us to
Yeah.
succeed.
I think that's part of what helps in the belief, and I think that's part of the reason. And I'm not a sales kind of person. Like, I couldn't sell you your own socks, and I've said that before. But the thing that I love about Plexus is I get so excited about it because I can tell the difference myself, and I'm really starting to notice the difference in people that have been following me, and they're like, hey, I've really seen that this is working for you. Tell me about it. Whereas Mary Kay, it's not the same. Or anything. I think that, you know, a lot of times when it comes to network marketing or being any kind of a salesperson, you have to convince somebody. Whereas this, they're watching your life.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, yes, 82% of women who make $100,000 or more per year do it through a home-based business. There we go. So, okay, so enough about network marketing. I mean, network marketing is great. Plexus is amazing. If you're ever interested in knowing how Plexus compensation plan compares to other network marketing companies, watch the video by Natalie Fowler, I think is her name. It's on our ambassador training resources checklist, and it's also, you can Google it. It was on Rock the Pink on YouTube. So she does a great video because she was commissioned to, before she started Plexus, to like interview or to research all sorts of compensation plans. So she really knows what she's talking about. Number 3, belief in the company. I think that just happens by, you know, being on those calls that our executives speak at, also going to events where they are. Some of us are going to Nashville in this month, in like 10 days.
Next week.
Yes, next week.
A week from today.
Oh, is it a week from today? Awesome.
Yes.
Awesome. So I'm glad you ladies are keeping track. You know,
I
and,
kind of have to.
and is it Alec Clark that's going to be there?
I don't remember.
It doesn't matter, but you know, just going to these events and meeting these people and you know, walking up to them and introducing yourself and just getting to interact with them is a great way to build belief. Number 4 is a big one. That's the big one for tonight, is belief in yourself. So I'm going to tell you what works for me. Les Brown while I'm doing dishes. I have to listen to a lot of Les Brown. He's kind of my fix. I mean, it's just like, the man speaks right to my heart. I mean, today, I don't know if anybody had, I know Lisa did, but Lisa R. My goodness, 2 Lisas on one call. You know, she watched it, but that video that I posted this morning that I'm entering a drawing for y'all for the $15 Amazon gift card. If you watch it and comment, oh my goodness, like the stuff he says just speaks so much against the negative voices in my head and really helps retrain the lies I've been telling myself my whole life. So for me, I mean, it's not like I'm sitting down and listening to something. It's in the morning while I'm doing dishes. I'll watch Rock the Pink while I'm doing dishes. Or listen to it rather. I will listen to Les Brown in the morning. I've begun to do this habitually, where it's like an everyday thing because I really need it to feed myself. And then books. So Lizzie is starting a group. If you haven't noticed, go check it out, to go through this book right here, What to Say When You Talk to Yourself. Sonia Dudley is one of our first diamonds in the company. This is the book she recommends for personal growth. What to Say When You Talk to Yourself by Shad Helmstetter. And Lizzie is doing a book club with a bunch of us where we'll be going through it together. And basically, the whole point of it is that when we're telling ourselves lies, like you can't do this, you're too stupid, blah, 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 all these things we unconsciously tell ourselves, then our body goes into action to make sure that what we said happens. And so if we've got these big goals, but yet we're not telling ourselves truth and programming our minds positively, it's a vicious, vicious cycle of tearing ourselves down while trying to build ourselves up. Another book that's good is, and this is a women's Bible study, but Me, Myself, and Lies. It goes through a biblical approach of how to speak truth to yourself. This also is a book that Lori Harrison recommends. It's called The Circle Maker, which have you heard about it, Brad?
It sounds familiar, but I haven't read it.
It's praying circles around your biggest dreams and greatest fears. I have a couple more books that are cool. How to Win Friends and Influence People. That's more training. That's not so much personal. Yeah, that's not so much like personal belief. That's more like just how to interact with people. And then this one is good too. I'm probably going to do this tomorrow on our Facebook page, do this test, but the 4 color personalities for multi-level marketing. This is a short book. Like you can read it in one day, and it helps explain like people's personalities. If they're yellow, they like helping people. If they're green, they're like Lisa Reynoso's husband. They like the facts. If they're red, they're goal driven. If they're blue, they love to have fun. And it helps you when you're talking to people to know what to say, because if Brad likes to have fun and I'm over here explaining to him about, the compensation plan, that may not be the first thing in the door to get him excited. And if Lisa likes to help people, me telling her about the trips to Hawaii would be meaningless to her. So it just gives you an idea of how to approach people. All right, those are my 2 cents. I really cannot emphasize enough for you guys to focus on personal growth. I believe Sonia Dudley says that if we aren't doing personal affirmations and retraining our mind, we're going to have to work 10 times harder to get the results in our business. So I found for myself, I've used excuses a lot of times, like, well, I don't have time to watch training, or I don't have time to listen to that, or my kids are rowdy. Hey, if I miss something, I miss something, because my kids are making noise. But I'm going to get something more than if it's not on. So I've started playing Les Brown. I've started playing Rock the Pink and just trying to feed myself more. And it's made such a difference for me. So I'm going to open this up for you all to, I know we're going a little bit long here, but if anyone has anything to add about what you do to help yourself personally grow that I didn't cover, go ahead and share that now. Everyone's just dumbfounded.
We're all just, we've grown so much. There's just nothing. No, I'm just kidding.
You're all so perfect. I'm the only one here that personal growth.
I'm totally kidding. Well, you're so right about like owning network marketing. That's something I messaged you today about that, Kyla, that it's something I've really struggled like owning it. I've found myself being so apologetic to people, or like, I'm just trying this to see if I can make some extra money or something like that. And the past couple weeks, like, I feel like I need to own it more, but I feel like in my conversations, I've been able to kind of own it and say like, hey, I'm making good money doing this and it's growing every month. And when I tell my friends that, like, they almost get like more intrigued and like more excited about it for me. And then they're like, well, how do you get paid? And they want to know about the compensation plan. And when I tell them, they're like blown away. They're like, you seriously get like 25% of what you sell plus other stuff? And I was like, yep. So I don't know. You're just absolutely right about that. Like, having the confidence and owning it, I think, is crucial to success. Yeah.
Yeah. And I've said this before, on Rock the Pink, they had a diamond panel where several of the diamonds shared their secrets. And you can go look it up. It was recorded. And the theme throughout the whole thing was be bold and be confident. And I love that. I was talking to Lizzie recently. Lizzie inspires me all the time. And she told me when she set up the call for me with Sonia Dudley, I was so blown away. I was like, what? She set up a call for me with Sonia Dudley? Like, why would she do that? She must really tell I'm struggling or something. And so I told my husband about it, and he's like, he expressed his belief in me. And then I was like just appreciating to Lizzie, and she's like, girl, you're a rock star. Own it. And that has carried in my mind ever since she said it. And it's something I want to inspire you guys with. Own it. Because here I am thinking that I have to wait till I'm a diamond to own this. We are just the same as diamonds. We just haven't gotten there yet. As long as we are consistently doing our income producing activity and consistently growing ourselves and consistently being passionate about this, we're just a diamond that's not there yet. And we have to own that. We have to own, like you said, Brad, we have to own network marketing. We have to own our products, and we have to own our company, and we have to own ourselves. We have to put the value on ourselves that God puts on us, and that happened to be his life and his blood, which is quite a bit. And we have to own the value that we have. We have to own what's in our hands, the hope that it can give to people. And then we have to run with it and stop doubting and just believe. So with that said, I'm gonna turn off the recording for now, and then anything that you say will not and cannot be used against you.